Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of the Cerebral Smack Talk live on YouTube and StreamYard.com. It is Goal MF Michael Flecha alongside Anthony Florio and Michael Bullock. And gentlemen, we're just going to dive right on in. You guys already know how we start out. We start with TNA, then we follow it with Smackdown live. And here we go. So TNA started out. We had our first fight of we actually started with a match, actually. Oddly enough, this was similar to Monday Night Raw. How they started their show with a match. We started with a match here for TNA, and it was Moose and Elijah going up against Frankie Kazarian and AJ Francis. Frankie Kazarian and AJ Francis winning the match in 3 minutes and 46 seconds. All right. Now, normally we kind of not really talk about, and we don't really like cheap TV finishes, but this one was acceptable. Obviously, this individual known as Expressions got involved in the match and paid the price as basically Moose gave Expressions a headbutt, and then Elijah with the tombstone pile driver. But it was I will openly admit it was very safe, very controlled. You know, you're not gonna kill this one. You know, you could have spiked them. You could have done Undertaker style tombstone. Nah, they were very safe, very careful not to hurt this individual. So it's a tombstone, but it filled the narrative. Frankie and AJ steals this victory. It's not much to talk about. It's only maybe a 1.5 star bout. Like I said, very short for the liking. Anthony Florio, it is all yours.
Yeah, it's a 1.5 to 2 star match. I agree with that. Yeah, that was quick. The ending was more about establishing Expressions as the new cheating manager. And that's kind of a weird way to end a short match, rather. There is a good chance that they are going to run it back and see what else they can do, as this really doesn't feel done yet. I feel like the feud must continue here. 1.5 to 2. Let's move on.
All right, the next thing that we did have, it was the women's knockouts. It was a knockouts television tournament, TV tournament matchup. Wendy Chu, formerly of NXT, you now can see her on Evolve. She goes up against Elena Black. This match goes the distance. A 10-minute time limit draw. Therefore, both women are out, eliminated. And guess who's the beneficiary of that one? M by Elegance. Because of that time limit draw, she automatically qualifies to the quarterfinals of the tournament. Anthony Florio, very good match. Huh? Oh, semifinals. It said. All right, so she basically got to buy through the quarters. She's in the semis. Wow, that's even bigger for her. So, and by Elegance gets the beneficiary of the time limit draw. She gets a bye going into the semis. Elena Black, Wendy Chu, 10-minute time limit draw.
Oh, yes. 3 to 3.25 for the effort on this one. I mean, I'm glad they're doing this tournament. It's nice to see the new championship belt coming in. But the thing is, I'm not crazy about the time limits. I mean, I wish they would have had more time to work. But, you know, it is what it is. And this was, up until the draw, this was a very good match. And it's a damn shame that we didn't get more out of this. They were having a really good match, didn't hold much, if anything, back. Interesting choice to have it end in a draw. But given what has been going on lately, I think they're pushing Elena Black for the Knockouts Championship now. Because remember, Xia Brookside got involved during this. So who knows? Maybe the Lockdown pay-per-view next month in Chicago. I mean, I'm actually going to be more generous. I'm actually going to give this between 3.25 and 3.5 stars for the effort here. So, shame it had to end in a draw, but you know what? But based on what's been going on, I think Elena might finally get her golden opportunity. I think Elena's going to challenge Xia Brookside for that Knockouts championship, and I could see it happening at Lockdown next month. So, 3.25, 3.5, MF. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I'll give it about the 3.25. I thought it was a really good matchup. Fine for what it was worth. Like you said, I was a little surprised that they went the route of the I'm surprised that they went the route of the time limit draw here, though. That kind of threw me, but they did call it. It was a time limit draw. There's really nothing more to say on that one. So the next one that we did have, the next match we did have was Mr. Elegance going up against BDE. And Mr. Elegance winning the match in 3 minutes and 18 seconds. This is one of those we don't really need to talk about this one. But at the end, yes, it was a fine matchup. Could have been better, but there's really nothing more to add. All right, Anthony, here we go. The moment we've been waiting for, the Righteous deletion. It was the Righteous versus the Hardys cinematic match. You already know how this goes. But when it was all said and done, the winners of this match, they do have a time of 16 minutes and 16 seconds. The Hardys wins the match. And at the end of all of this, the Righteous got thrown into the lake of reincarnation. What on earth is going to happen now with the Righteous after getting thrown into the lake of reincarnation? And as a matter of fact, one other thing that happened, Jeff Hardy got thrown into the lake of reincarnation and is Antichrist. Jeff Hardy, former TNA World Heavyweight Champion, heel persona, arisen. Oh boy.
Immortal.
All right. Immortal. Yeah. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the Jeff Hardy thing goes. But I will say this. Whenever you do a cinematic match, and especially when it has anything to do with the Hardys, some people are going to love it. Some are going to dump all over this saying, what was this? I will tell you this, though. I was thoroughly entertained. I absolutely loved this. This was amazing. The callbacks to everything. If you know the House Hardy, if you know that time, that era, you know everything you're going to get. You had Willow come back. You had the whole thing about the Hardys. And whenever they do it, I don't know what it is. Every time it gets you. It draws you. And it was what you expected it to be. Over the top, fireworks, a whole bunch of other craziness that the Hardys can come up with. But what also made this amazing was that the Righteous was the perfect people to do a match like this. They were the perfect dance partners for this amazing match and everything else. It's almost similar to the tag team Apocalypto or just some of the other stuff. Hell, they did it in WWE. You remember Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy had a fight at the Hardy compound, and it was so epic. This was exactly what it needed it to be. It was, it had great professional wrestling, the zaniness and the craziness of the Hardy brand and the House Hardy, and it it's just it had the right balance of everything to make this, to me, a fight of the night, in my opinion. And it gave us over 16 minutes of action, which is great, to say the very least. Anthony, it is all yours. Easily 3.5 to 3.75. I was thoroughly entertained with this match.
Absolutely. I mean, you can never go wrong with a cinematic match at the Hardy compound. Insert so-and-so deletion here. I mean, absolutely awesome. I mean, when it came to this show last night, this and the main event were the two things I was most excited about going into this show, and I am not at all surprised that this delivered the antics that we have known and loved for all these years with the Hardys and the Righteous. It was so much fun to watch, and I messaged it to you guys in our Talking Wrestling TXN Messenger chat, and oh my God, I mean, just absolutely awesome. The match is on YouTube. It's on the TNA YouTube channel. I mean, go out of your way to see this if you haven't already. Just absolutely awesome. And man, oh man, I mean, there were times where it was going to go either way. I mean, going into the match, you're thinking, okay, Hardy's all the way. And then there were some moments where it looked like, oh my God, is the Righteous actually going to do this thing? Are they going to beat them at their own game? Nope, they did not. The Hardys always find a way to win. I mean, the kids getting involved. Man, Maxwell, look how big Maxwell's gotten all of a sudden. Okay. There's no question about it. When those kids get older, there's no doubt about it in my mind, we're going to be seeing them in a wrestling ring of some sort. I believe it. I think we're going to see them all in there. And let me tell you, Queen Rebecca still got it, man. She still got it. I mean, going back to her days as Rebby Sky, MF, you know more about that than I do. Man, did you see that twist of fate that she hit? Wow. Awesome. And I mean, her wrestling ability is one thing, but I just cannot help but every time I see that beautiful dame playing that piano, oh my God, man. I don't know what it is, but just something about that beautiful thing playing the piano just gets me. Just gets me, man. Just gets me. Absolutely love it. I only have one gripe. Where in the world was Senor Benjamin? Where was Senor Benjamin, man? Where was he? You can't have one of these matches without Senor Benjamin doing the landscaping. Come on now.
Yeah, true. But you also got to remember, Anthony, he's getting up there. He's getting up there in age. Maybe they just couldn't. Maybe he couldn't do it for this event, or maybe he was a little under the weather. You never know.
Could be, but that's the only thing that was missing. But other than that, it was wonderful and it was delightful. Yes. And you know what that means? We break out the green beans for everyone. Yes.
Oh my Lord.
Awesomeness. 3.5.
Come on, Fletch. Yeah, did you expect anything less when it was when?
No. I should. Yeah, when it's the Hardys and Ultimate Deletion, the Righteous Deletion, I should have expected it.
Yes.
I know you're always like, oh, come on, man. But come on, when it's anything that has to do with Righteous Deletion or deletion whatsoever, you had to expect it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know.
Absolutely.
I know.
Absolutely.
I know.
3.5, 3.75. Heck, you can make an argument for 4 if you wanted to. Absolutely. Yeah. So, my personal favorite match of the night for sure. So, what's next? I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens to Vincent and Dutch after they got thrown into the lake of reincarnation, and to see the immortal Jeff Hardy from his shocking heel turn at Bound for Glory in 2010, winning that World Heavyweight Championship from in that triple threat match against Kurt Angle and Mr. Anderson. I mean, Immortal Hardy, man, I never thought I'd see that. I did not have that on my bingo card in 2026, that's for sure. But all I can say is the Hardys continue to prove themselves. You wonder why. Right now, for me, you may have to consider them the greatest tag team of all time. I mean, these guys are, I mean, Matt's in his 50s. Jeff's on his way to it. I mean, he's a couple years away from, he's about a year or two away from 50 himself. And these guys are still bumping around like they're 25, 30 years old. Like they're in the Attitude Era. Man, oh man.
And to think of a few years ago, a lot of people thought that the Hardys actually were in such a bad state that they actually thought that they should have retired. Remember, Jeff was having a little bit of some issues. Matt actually had some issues, some back issues recently. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. And a lot of people got really nervous for the Hardys. Like, can you really still hang? You know, should you call it a career, guys? I mean, you know, save yourselves. And for some odd reason, man, I don't know what they did, man, but they're still kicking it. They're still doing it. And because, like I said, I want to say it was about 2 or 3 years ago, they looked like bad, Anthony. And I think you could have agreed with that, where it looked like, guys, I think it's time for you guys to retire, man. Like, it was about 2 or 3 years ago. We got to that point, but now
look how far they've come.
They're still going, man. They're still going. So unbelievable.
Matt's about 50. I know he's in his 50s, and Jeff's about 40. I think Jeff turns 49, I believe, next month, and MF, they're still bumping like they're 25 and 30.
Yeah.
Going back to the Attitude Era when they were having their legendary battles with Edge and Christian and the Dudleys, those legendary TLC matches. I mean, just when you think, you know, they're I'm trying to find the right words here. They're just when you think that we have the answers, they're changing the questions, man. They are changing the questions and then some.
And then
some. You cannot help but respect them. Unfreaking believable. 3.5 to 4 stars is my rating for this. Absolutely amazing. Not much more. We got some. I mean, we could wax poetic about this for a while, but we don't have that kind of time. So let's move on to our second Knockouts TV tournament title matchup here.
It was the Spark, Jada Stone. She went one-on-one with Alicia Edwards. And I guess you can call this an upset. Jada Stone wins the match in 5 minutes and 5 seconds. She's advanced to the quarterfinals. Anthony Florio, shocking outcome. Jada wins it.
In a way, I'm going to be honest. I don't really consider this shocking. I mean, Jada Stone is a future star in the Knockouts division. So I'm not really all that surprised that she won this thing. I mean, yes, Alicia Edwards is the bigger star, mainly because of, you know, her being in the system with her husband and all those guys, but perfectly fine match. They only had so much time. Neither of them are the most regular wrestlers, so this was only going to be able to get so far. Jada Stone has been presented as a prospect, and it makes sense to have her move forward as it helps make her look a bit bigger. So I'm going to give it 2.5 for the effort. MF, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'll give it 2.5. I thought it was a fine match. I think it could have been better in certain areas, but I'm not going to be too mad about it. Yeah, big win for Jada Stone. She moves to the quarterfinals. And now we go into the main event of the evening for the TNA World title on the line. It was the champion, Nick Nemeth, putting the title on the line against Casey Navarro, winner of the bout in 14 minutes, and still the TNA World Champion, Nick Nemeth. second best fight of the night, a 3.5-star bout, an incredible match, to say the very least. It was a solid fight. I really got nothing bad to say. It was everything we expected and then some. And yeah, I was very happy with the outcome. Nick Nemeth, deserving champion, but give it up for Casey Navarro because my God, what a match he performed in the losing effort. Anthony Florio, it is all yours.
3.5 to 3 3/4 of a star. This was a very good main event. This was the other match that I was genuinely excited about going into this show last night, and the outcome was never in doubt. We knew Nemeth was going to retain, but Casey Navarro, man, he pushed him to the absolute limit. I mean, how many hope spots did he have in that match? 4 or 5, maybe more. I mean,
yeah,
he had so many hope spots in that match. I mean, came close. There was so many near falls that made it so fun. I mean, there was that element of Shakespearean drama in this match. Thinking, oh my God, Casey Navarro could actually do this? He could actually become the world heavyweight champion, but nah, he's not quite there yet. I mean, great young talent, but I don't know. I don't see him as world champion material just yet. Maybe a couple years or so down the line, maybe he could be. If they keep, doing what they're doing with him, maybe, but not just yet. I mean, after all, I do believe this was Nick Nemeth's first title defense since winning the title at Slammiversary, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know what that's going to mean for the lockdown event next month, but we shall find out. But outcome never in doubt. But boy, howdy, the match was a lot better than a lot of people thought it would be, but I'm not at all surprised. I had a feeling this was going to be a good match, and I'm not at all surprised by it. So 3.5, 3 3/4, second best fight of the night, absolutely. So overall thoughts, I'll tell you what. I got to give this in excess of 7 to 7.5. I thought this was a very good show. I mean, the two matches I was most looking forward to, they both delivered, and then some. The Righteous Deletion and the main event, definitely the two best fights of the night. The Knockouts TV tournament continuing to look good. I mean, I like the two matches we saw, and the only bad match on this show. I mean, there were two bad matches: the opener, that opening tag match, and the match with BDE and Mr. Elegance. You don't have to do anything with those, honestly, but all the other matches were solid to good to great, but those two big ones, those were the ones I was looking most forward to. And am I surprised they both delivered? Absolutely not. Casey Navarro, future of the business, no question. What's next for Vincent and Dutch after being tossed into the lake of reincarnation? I don't know. Hardys continue to prove they're the greatest team of all time. They keep doing this, oh yeah, they're gonna forever be the greatest team of all time, no doubt about it. And with what they keep doing week in and week out, match in, match out, you cannot help but gain more and more respect for these guys. Into their 50s, and they're still bumping around like they're 25, 30. Just amazing. So, mad respect to the Hardys. 7.5 for me. MF, let's get your thoughts, and then we'll get into SmackDown here.
Yeah, about 7.5, no doubt about it. I think it could have been. It was a fine show. I really got nothing bad to say about it. I thought they did a really good job. So let's just go right into SmackDown. Started off with a promo segment, but it was more than a promo segment. This was the official contract signing for Nick Aldis versus Gunther to go one-on-one at SummerSlam. But before they did anything, obviously this was Nick Aldis came out first and had to sign a contract. That contract, the first part of the contract was for him that he would be relieving his duties as the general manager of SmackDown. So it basically was a hold harmless agreement that basically Nick Aldis would just for now surrender his authority as SmackDown general manager to become an active in-ring personality. So he did. He signed it. So as of now, Nick Aldis is no longer the general manager of SmackDown. He now becomes an active WWE superstar, and that does open the door for the match to be official between him and Gunther. There was a little bit of some jaw-jacking, which actually was really good. And then at the end, there was a Gunther and Aldis went at it, but unfortunately, Aldis went through the table. Never ends good, like Michael Bullock was saying. Unfortunately, it did not end good for Nick Aldis. So they added a little added element for the matchup. Definitely solid for what it was worth. And finally, WWE acknowledged Nick Aldis for all the success that he had, referencing him as a former TNA former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. I wish they would have gone more deeper into that because he is one of the longest reigning. He was one of the longest reigning NWA World Heavyweight Champions in the history of the company. I believe the reign he had was at least a 3 or 4 year reign. Like it was Roman Reigns level, like what Nick Aldis had. And then obviously his success in TNA as well is nothing to sneeze at during his time. So I thought they did a good job. I thought they did a good job handling the whole situation. Anthony, it is all yours. Like I said, solid opener to say the very least.
Just to put it into perspective, when it comes to Nick Aldis as the NWA heavyweight champion, he had 2 runs with it. His first run lasted 266 days, respectable. But the second reign, the one MF was referring to, 1,043 days. Defeated Cody Rhodes October 21st of 2018 and lost it to Trevor Murdoch in a title versus career match at NWA 73 on August 29th of 2021. So that's the story behind all that. Now then, as far as the segment is concerned, contract signings are rarely memorable. And I do repeat that. Rarely memorable. Remember that. They're rarely memorable because they are just another excuse for 2 people to cut promos on each other. But for what this was, Gunther and Nick Aldis did a decent job selling the tension between them. Predictably, it turned into a fight, and next week, Aldis will almost certainly get some retribution on the go-home show in Green Bay before they have their match at SummerSlam. It's going to be interesting to see how much ring rust Aldis has after not wrestling for 3 years or so. And the only gripe I had was Gunther's microphone. Gunther's microphone was cutting in and out a little. That's the only thing that bothered me.
Production.
Yep. Production. Yep. However, MF, as you mentioned, it was very nice that they acknowledged Nick Aldis as a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion. And WWE has no working relationship with NWA right now. So you would usually expect them to avoid mentioning them. But they did. So solid contract signing, solid way to start the show, and definitely looking forward to the match next weekend at SummerSlam. It's going to be something else. So, and we're going to preview that show next week here on the Cerebral Smack Talk next Friday night. So looking forward to that. So not much more. Michael Bullock, come on in. A contract signing with Gunther and Nick Aldis. And are we surprised with how it ended there, JBL? Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't end well. It usually doesn't end well when you got when you got a contract signing, and that was the case right here. And like you said, I'm glad they mentioned Nick Aldis, a former NWA World Heavyweight Champion, and yeah, and Gunther once again ran him down, and unfortunately for Nick, Gunther got the last laugh, putting him through a table. And like you said, I mean, when Adam Pearce took control of that contract signing, he basically said for Aldis to be able to wrestle Gunther, he had to to step down from his position as SmackDown general manager. Otherwise, the match wasn't going to happen. But, and I even said this, Fletch, if Nick Aldis wants revenge for everything Gunther has done for him, he has to take this match. Even if it means, for right now, he's no longer the SmackDown GM. So that's what he had to do. And so as of right now, and I know it pains for you to have to hear this, Adam Pearce is running both Raw and SmackDown once again.
And that is official.
But like I said, this is temporary. We'll see what happens after SummerSlam, where they go from here. So nothing more to say. Let's move on, Fletch.
All right. With that said, we do indeed move on. The first fight of the night, it was women's action. Brie Bella going one-on-one with one half of the women's tag team champions, Lainey Reed. Brie Bella winning the match in 5 minutes and 40 seconds, and it turned into a brawl. 3-on-2 as the heels got the upper hand, but then Nikki is back. Nikki Bella back from her injury. She's fully healed. And we have a 6-woman tag at SummerSlam. It is all 3 members of Fatal Influence, Lanny Reed, Fallon Henley, and JC Jane, going up against the team of the Bella Twins, Nikki and Brie, and Paige. Anthony Florio, Brie wins the match in 5:40. It is all yours.
It's a 2.5-star rating for this match here. This might not have been the most technically sound match, but they did a good job making it feel like a hard-fought bout. Brie Bella and Lanny Reed both portrayed a lot of aggression. It's too bad the commercial break took such a big chunk out of it. Brie gets the win, but the rest of Fatal Influence attacked as soon as it was over. Nikki Bella made a surprise return to make the save and set up that 6-woman tag match for SummerSlam. And JC Jane is so much more effortless on the mic than others. She's very natural on camera, no doubt about it. So, solid 2.5 stars for the effort. It'll be interesting to see how the 6-woman goes. If I'm going to be honest with you, my gut tells me to go with Fatal Influence in that one. But then again, you never know with how creative's feeling. So, but honestly, I think Fatal Influence needs the win a lot more than Paige and the Bellas do at SummerSlam, with all due respect. So we'll get more into that next week when we preview the show. But 2.5 for now. So Michael Bullock, your thoughts? Nikki Bella back, and we got a 6-woman tag in the SummerSlam.
Yeah, I mean, good to see Nikki Bella back, and yeah, I mean, like you said, this was a 2.5-star match. I mean, Nikki Bella back, and now you got the Bellas and Paige against Fatal Influence, and I mean, look, I'm with you, Florio. I mean, I think Fatal Influence needs this one more than the Bellas and Paige, but we need to see what happens with SmackDown next week, because remember, Florio, what you always say when it comes to a pay-per-view,
Booking 101.
That's going to be telling. If Fatal Influence goes over on the Bellas and Paige, if they go with that Booking 101 method, I'm sorry, I got to go with the Bellas and Paige. But if the Bellas and Paige go over next week, then I think this is where Fatal Influence gets the win at SummerSlam. So we'll see what happens. So nothing more to say. It's your Fletch.
Lost in all of this, guys. I just remembered something. Lost in all of this. I believe we have a championship committee moment, don't we, MF?
Technically, yes, because of the fact that Bree did pin Laney. So, yes, it would open the door for a rematch for the tag team titles. But here's the problem. Who gets the opportunity? Bree and Paige? Or will they actually finally do the Bellas and Fatal Influence for the titles? Because remember, the first time around, Nikki wasn't around because she got hurt and was unable to fight at WrestleMania. That's why Paige came back to get the shot at the titles, and that's when Paige and Brie won the belts. Now Nikki's back, so yes, it's championship committee moment. But the thing is, who's the partner for Brie? Is it her sister, Nikki? Or does she say, let's go back, come on, Paige, let's go and get this belt again? I mean, championship committee moment, but who's the partner? All right. So with that said, we'll move on. We'll move right on along. Next up we had was Chelsea Green versus Kiana James. And it was Chelsea Green winning the match in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. She is qualified for the ladder match at SummerSlam for the interim WWE Women's Championship. Michael Bullock, I believe it goes to you, my friend. So what's your thoughts?
What was the time again?
3 minutes and 30 seconds.
3 minutes and 30 seconds? You said, am I correct on that?
Yes.
Too short for my liking. I with all due respect, Fletch, I'm gonna bypass on this because it was a short match, 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
All right. I mean, fair enough. I mean, look, the right woman got over. I'm happy that Chelsea won. I think that's exactly the right person who deserves to be in this match. Because, darn it to hell, Chelsea Green is one of those that you just love the body of work and you love what she brings to the table. And at the end, I thought they did a really good job with it. So I'm happy Chelsea won. I'm happy she's going to SummerSlam. She deserves to be on the show. So I really got nothing more to add. So Anthony Florio, it is all yours.
I'll help Bullock out here with the analysis here. These are two women who have been featured regularly on SmackDown, but still feel overlooked by a lot of people. Chelsea Green has been viewed as comic relief, and Kiana James was brought in to help Julia, so it was nice to see them get the spotlight here. Chelsea is a solid wrestler, and Kiana is a great athlete who has continued to grow as a performer, so they were able to make this feel competitive right out of the gate. I thought Kiana was especially aggressive early on. However, they did not get a ton of time. Chelsea picked up the win without the show even needing to go to a commercial break. If they had more time, this could have been a lot of fun, but it felt way too short. That takes nothing away from the effort both women put into this, though. They worked well with what they were given. And Chelsea makes the unprettier her look great, which is saying a lot because it's one of the weirdest finishers in pro wrestling to set up. And I'm going to be generous. I'm actually going to give this 2 stars for the effort. And I'll say it like this, guys. With Chelsea qualifying, remember, Tiffany's in this as well. And Chelsea and Tiffany have started to build up a little bit of a friendship here. And how is that going to play out at SummerSlam? How is that going to play out, guys? I mean, we got to keep an eye on that development. And for Chelsea Green, you might have to consider this the biggest win of her career. And is there a chance it could lead to an even bigger win at SummerSlam? It could. But to be realistically honest, I don't think so. I don't think Chelsea's going to win it. It would be a hell of a story if she were to. And she does have women's world championship experience. Let's not forget TNA, former TNA knockout champion when she was known as Laurel Van Ness. So we'll see what happens. Maybe she does win. Who knows? But we got her, we got Tiffany, and we got Jade Cargill. That's 3. We got two open spots left. We'll find out who gets the 4th spot in a little bit, but because there was another match later on. But 2 stars. I'm actually gonna give it a decent rating here. Way too short, yes, but they made the most of what they were given. I'll say it like that. 2 stars. Keep an eye on Tiffy and Chelsea at SummerSlam. MF, let's move on.
All right. Next up we had was a promo segment. CM Punk and Cody Rhodes face to face. This was as good as advertised. This was exactly what it needed it to be. A good verbal exchange. And you can't go wrong with the 2 guys. You can't go wrong with Cody Rhodes. You can't go wrong with CM Punk. They know how to light the place up. They got everybody clamoring. And I'm now very interested to see how this plays out at SummerSlam. This is going to be one of the marquee matchups. We already know that. This is going to be a hell of a match, to say the least, for the undisputed WWE Championship. Cody versus Punk. Yeah, I thought they did a really good job. Anthony Florio, it's yours.
All right. CM Punk showed a lot of distrust toward Cody Rhodes due to him saying he owed Punk for hitting him in the face with the title by accident at Saturday Night's main event last week. Punk said he didn't want the title to come between their friendship, but that seems to be a lost cause. Rhodes admitted he respects Punk, but he doesn't like him. These are 2 guys who are known for being great at promos and building feuds, so even if the reason behind their animosity was thin, they still made this segment easy and fun to watch. Using their shared history was a nice touch, but not being able to mention AEW meant some of their references had to be very subtle. Punk purposely turning his back to give Cody a chance to attack just to see if he would do so was a nice touch. And Cody saying he dropped a nuke on the business compared to Punk's pipe bomb was a good line. Segment of the night, no question about it. If you weren't excited about their match at SummerSlam, you most certainly should be now. I know I am. So, not much more to say. Segment of the night, Michael Bullock, your thoughts.
Yeah, this was definitely the segment of the night, hands down. I mean, this definitely makes you get more hype for their big undisputed WWE title match. I mean, yeah, now you see it really starting to pick up now. I mean, there was some respect, but now you're really starting to see them going back and forth. So, yeah, this is going to get very, very interesting, especially come next week's go home show to see where they go from here before their big match at SummerSlam. So, nothing more to say. Segment of the night, it's yours, Fletch.
Next up, we had was Charlotte Flair versus Nia Jax. This is that qualifier for the ladder match at SummerSlam. And it is Charlotte Flair winning the match in 8 minutes and 15 seconds via disqualification because Jay Cargill hit the ring and talked down the queen. That caused for the DQ. Jade, you made a mistake. You should have let it go. But because of the DQ, now you got Charlotte Flair in the ladder match. That's your 4. Jade, Charlotte, Tiffany, Chelsea. 1 spot left. I guess we'll find out next week who gets the 5th and final spot. Anthony Florio, it is all yours. Charlotte wins in 8:15.
Another 2.5-star match. After Charlotte Flair cost Nia Jax in her qualifying match last week, they were booked in another qualifier together, so Nia had a fair shot at being included. Nia was obviously upset after what happened last week, so she went right after Charlotte as soon as the bell rang. She had control for a few moments, but the Queen did not take long to start fighting back. these are two superstars who have fought many times over the years, so they know each other as well as anyone in that ring. They know how to make each other look good without needing to rely on stunts and too many false finishes. Jade Cargill, B-Fab, and Michin showed up during the bout, and that distraction gave Nia a chance to take control, but she also did not look happy to see them. The Queen fought off Michin and B-Fab, but Jade caused a disqualification when she attacked Charlotte. Nia Jax has now lost 2 chances to qualify for the ladder match due to interference. She ripped apart the announce table out of anger. This was not an exciting ending, but it did work with the story being told. Jax will likely have some impact on the outcome at SummerSlam, whether she is in the match or not. And I will say this, as much as, I'm not a fan of Nia Jax, and I know Michael Bullock's not either, the powerbomb that she hit before the break looked good. I will give her that. But Nia Jax does not belong anywhere near this ladder match. She does not belong in this match at all. So, I can tell you, Bullock and I were definitely we are definitely pleased with the way things have played out for that one over the last couple of weeks. I mean, Charlotte attacking Jade last week to get Nia disqualified and open the door for Jade to qualify, and then Jade doing the same thing to Charlotte tonight. Nia gets DQ'd again due to outside interference, and that now adds Charlotte to the mix. So, interesting way for both of those women to get there. We always thought it was going to be a straight up one-on-one between these two, but now that we have this interim championship, it only makes sense that they're both in this match. And then you got Tiffany and Chelsea. Be interesting to see how their dynamic plays out based on how they've been, having a little friendship over the last few weeks. So, very interesting to say the least. So, 2.5 for the effort. So not much more. Michael Bullock. Oh boy, we like this. I mean, Nia Jax, 2 weeks in a row, Nia gets disqualified because of Charlotte and Jade. You gotta love it.
So what you're actually saying is, Florio, you're actually okay with this.
Well, I mean, from a personal standpoint, I mean, because, we're not big fans of her, but in the context of the story, I'll be honest, you do have to feel, you got to feel for Nia. I mean, she did nothing wrong. She just got caught in the Charlotte and Jade crossfire. And
yeah. So, yeah. All right. I just wanted to clear that up just to make sure.
As the heel, the heel commentator and whatnot, that's what I would say.
I mean, yeah, professionally, I mean, I'm glad she's not in it, but personally, you gotta feel for Nia. I mean, it's like she didn't do anything wrong. It's just that, and Florio just said it, she was just caught up in the whole Charlotte and Jade situation, and unless something now, Fletch, is there still one spot left?
There is one spot left, but I haven't. We don't know how they're going to determine it because they have not announced it.
Why do I got this feeling that Nia's going to force her way to that final spot? Because
she's going to have to talk to. She's going to have to talk to Adam Pearce about it now because Pearce is going to be the one that's going to have to deal with it.
She has a legitimate gripe because 2 times she had an opportunity. And 2 times, it wasn't her fault. She literally got screwed over because of the whole Charlotte Flair and Jade Cargill situation.
Yep.
I mean, I think she has a valid point. I mean, if she does make that argument to Adam Pearce. Now, I know Adam Pearce, he's going to say, I get your point, Nia, but the way I do things, you still have to earn your way into the match. So Nia's going to have to do something to force Adam Pearce's hand and say, hey, put me in this match or I'm going to start hurting women throughout the locker room, and that's going to be on you. We'll see how it all plays out. So It's a 2.5
Yeah.
star match. Yeah, it's yours, Fletch. So I got this bad feeling that Nia somehow, some way is going to end up in this match, whether Adam Pearce puts her in there because of the whole thing with Charlotte and Jade, or Adam's is gonna do something like, you still have to earn your way, and that's gonna piss Nia off, and she's probably gonna run rampant through their locker room and say, "Hey, put me in this match," or there's gonna be more women that gets hurt.
The only way that I can think of that would be the fairest way to solve it is for all of the losers from their qualifying match get the last chance. And you let them fight it out and determine it that way. But if you want to call spade a spade, Nia is the most logical person to be in that match. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. Nia deserves it. Because she had 2 opportunities and both times she got screwed over. I mean, you can call unfair, which I know, even though I know a lot of people are going to be like, but it's Nia Jax. I don't think fairness is going to be the right word to say. I'm sorry, but in this case, how the hell can you say that she doesn't deserve it? Where one, Jade Cargill stuck her nose where it didn't belong and cost Charlotte and helped Charlotte get into the match. And then 2, if you remember last week, wasn't there some interference that helped
Charlotte
get
attacked
through?
Jade. Charlotte attacked Jade. Nia's got a legitimate beef, and if anybody deserves that last spot, she does, whether you like it or not.
She does. So this is one of the rare times where, and I'm not the biggest Nia Jax fan either, but Nia deserves the spot. She deserves to be in that fight. Now, does she win it? I doubt it, but we'll leave it there. At the end, we'll see how it goes, but yeah, there's really nothing more to say. Yeah, so this is going to be interesting to say the very least. Into the main event of the evening, as this match was a number 1 contenders for the shot. It was going to be a number 1 contenders match against Sami Zayn at SummerSlam. Trick Williams, Finn Balor, Damian Priest, and Royce Keys. When it was all said and done, the winner of the bout and earning the shot at the title, or at the earning the shot against Sami Zayn, Finn Balor wins it all, because my God, it was mayhem everywhere on this one. First, you had Baron Corbin come out, interfering on the behalf, taking out Trick Williams. Then you had basically Jacob Fatu. He came out and he interfered, taking out Royce Keys, leaving Balor and Damian Priest. And Damian Priest fell, got caught in the drop zone. You know what's next, folks. Coup de grace. Balor style. Bullet Club Worldwide gets it. 1, 2, 3. Balor Club fans go nuts. He gets a shot at the title, or gets a shot at Sami Zayn, number 1 contender, at SummerSlam. Contenders match at SummerSlam. So yeah, what is there to say? So who leads off? Is it Michael Bullock?
I believe.
I think it is me.
It's over 15 minutes. It's over 15 minutes, but Finn Balor wins the match.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, this was definitely the fight of the night here, and Yeah, I'm gonna actually give it. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna give this about 3 3/4 of a star here. I mean, boy, what a big moment. I mean, Finn Balor getting the win here, and and the thing is, going into after Sami Zayn lost the title, we were all thinking, what's going to happen with Sami Zayn? I mean, there's got to be a way to have him involved with SummerSlam. Well, there you go. We got our answer. And it will indeed be Sami Zayn and Finn Balor, and the winner will face whoever is the undisputed WWE champion somewhere down the line. So, a great match here. I definitely enjoyed it. So, nothing more to say. It's yours, Fletch.
Yeah, no doubt about it. It was a solid main event, really good matchup. It was just all over the place. 3.5 stars is my rating. Really nothing more to add. Anthony Florio, it is all yours.
Oh yeah. Fight of the night, no doubt about it. 3.5 stars. This ended up being the best fight of the night, but unfortunately, that wasn't a big hurdle to clear. That being said, all 4 guys did their job well and made sure everyone got some time to shine. Royce Keys was about to win when Jacob Fatu pulled him out of the ring and attacked him. This allowed Balor to hit Priest with the coup de grace, or as Luigi once said, the coup de grace for the win. And overall, the match had about 15 minutes, maybe a little less than that, but there were 2 commercial breaks in the middle that took up a few minutes each. WWE needs to start prioritizing in-ring action again. The way Royce Keys picks up fully grown men looks so effortless. He is just as strong as he looks, maybe stronger. Solo Sikoa showed up to help Royce Keys, but the Usos came out to fight him. LA Knight joined the fray. Yeah, the outcome was never in doubt. I mean, Damian Priest is one half of the tag team champions with R-Truth. They got a huge match next week against the Viking Raiders. That's or the War Raiders. That's going to be something else. Going to be a great match, I believe. And Royce Keys was not going to win this match either, because he's got that big 6-man tag at SummerSlam. Him, Solo, and LA Knight against Jacob Fatu and the Usos. We saw a preview of that here tonight. And Trick Williams is the United States Heavyweight Champion. I believe he will be defending at SummerSlam against either Carmelo Hayes and or Baron Corbin. So keep an eye on that as well. So the only logical outcome by process of elimination was Finn Balor. And there is a story. Can you guys believe it's already been 10 years since that SummerSlam 2016 when he became the inaugural Universal Champion, but had to surrender the title the night after on Raw due to an injury he suffered in that match?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can't believe it's been 10 years since that moment already. That's nutty. But, it is what it is. And Balor is the most deserving of this opportunity. Him and Sammy at SummerSlam. Can we say low-key banger? There's no doubt about it. I mean, both of their bodies of work are amazing. I mean, this is a tough one. I mean, my gut's telling me to go with Sammy to win, but my heart and my mind, for some odd reason, is thinking about Finn Balor. So it would be a great story if Finn pulls it off, but small part of me thinks that Sammy goes over. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, as of right now, I'm glad we still have a week to think about it, because if you were to ask me tonight, if we were previewing the show tonight, who would I have? I'm sorry. I can't give you an answer tonight. So, but next week, I will have an answer. I just need a week to think about it. Out of all the matches on this card, this is the toughest one to call. Honest to goodness, it is. So, literally can go either way. 3.5 for the effort. Fight of the night, no doubt about it. So, MF, your thoughts on a new addition to your main event title picture?
Yeah, 3.5 stars, no doubt about it. we finally Balor back in the mix, man, because he's been kind of lost in the shuffle for a few years, man. And it's kind of been upsetting, disappointing to the very least. But yeah, no, I'm happy that he got in. I'm happy he's gonna fight Sammy. That's gonna be a hell of a fight, though. Sammy and Balor. Oh man, that's a low key banger. That might be sleeper fight of the night on one of these two nights coming up. So we'll see. But yeah, overall thoughts of the show, not bad. Could have been better, but I'll give it 7.5. Anthony, I'll give it to you.
Yes, indeed. All right. If I were to give it a letter grade, I got to be honest. I thought it was a C- kind of show. It felt like a C- to me. I'm going to get the good stuff out of the way first. WWE clearly heard the complaints about there being no women's matches on Raw Monday night. So tonight on SmackDown, we had 75% of the action tonight were women's matches. That being said, the episode as a whole was, not one of the best shows. And that falls solely on the way it was booked, not the talent who performed. None of the matches or segments were overly terrible, but the way the show was structured left a lot to be desired. Not only did a 2-hour show have far less than an hour of in-ring action, but the main event had not one, but 2 commercial breaks in the span of 10 minutes. I understand that WWE is a business and needs ads, but it's taken excessive to a whole new level. If WWE does not start making the in-ring action the biggest highlight of the show every week, fans might start to look elsewhere. So, sad but true. I mean, got to be the man who tells it like it is. And, that's what we do here on this program. So, but C- show, I'll give it about 6.5 out of 10. I think that's the best way to do it. So, not much more. Nothing more to say except take us home, Bullock. But then again, MF has some big 3. We got big 3 to cover in a little bit. So Bullock, your thoughts, and then we'll give it to MF for this week's big 3 coverage.
Yeah, I'll give it about 6.5. I mean, it was an all right show. I'm not gonna say it was the greatest thing since sliced bread, but I mean, there were some good things. I mean, yeah, I do agree there was some things that I didn't like, but it is what it is. So nothing more for me to say. So Fletch, I mean, if you're ready, let's get into some big 3 hoops.
All right, we had 2 games that went down last night. We got 2 games coming up on Sunday. Start out big 3 that we did last night. This was actually held in Detroit. We had this was from the Little Caesars Arena in Detroit, Michigan. We started out with a barn. Both these games were barn burners. First one, the Boston Ball Hogs goes to 4-2 on the season. They win it. Final score 50-48 over the LA Riot. Woo! This was a good one. It was started off with the Sean Stevenson, 22 points in the game. And also Jeremy Pargo having 20 points. So look at that. 42 of the 50 points scored by Pargo and Stevenson. In the losing effort, you had Jordan Crawford had 21 points. Chris Allen had 13 points. And Brandon McCoy had 10 points, all in the losing effort. But my goodness, what a game this was. And then in the second game of the night, it was the hometown team, the Detroit Amps. They stunned the triplets. For the first time this season, Detroit on the board gets the win. The home cooking proved it to be the difference. They win it 52-49. Nazi Core 24 points in the winning effort. And then, of course, Monteris Held only had an unbelievable high score. I think this is the most points all season. 34 points for Montrezl Harrell. Unbelievable performance by him. 34 and 13 in the game, but it was not enough. Leandro Barboza did not show up in this game. Amir Johnson was a shell of himself. Moss only had only 8 points. When you got one good player showing up and then the rest of the guys do not help, that is not a good recipe for at all. And it's a stunner, an upset as the triplets fall from the ranks of the unbeaten. They were undefeated, and now they lost their first game of the season. Now, 2 games coming up. This one's going down on Sunday on CBS and on BET. First game we got is the DMV trilogy going up against the Miami 305, the reigning and defending champions. That starts at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And then the second game of that lineup, it is the hometown team, the Houston Rig-Hands, goes up against the Dallas Power. It's a battle of Texas. That will go down immediately after the first game. And we are done. So with that said, we're going to get on out of here. And guys, Ridiculously Raw, hosted by Anthony Florio. He'll be back on Tuesday night, NXT and Monday Night Raw. And we are on the road to SummerSlam. We'll preview SummerSlam 1 week from tonight. And oh, by the way, we'll also have some big three. Also, as a matter of fact, there's 2 games that goes down on Friday night, believe it or not.
And I will set the table for those.
And Anthony will set the table for those games. And if there's time, I don't know if there's going to be, but if we do have time, then I'll probably give you a recap of those games. We'll focus on it quick. But that's it. We're out of here. So like the video, leave a comment, share with all your friends on all the social media platforms around the world. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you all on Tuesday.